Hi everyone, Michael Sem here, and welcome to episode 3 of Open Mic. Today I got Darius Slade and Luke Glenna with me today. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. And I'm glad you guys. Welcome to the Dragons. I'm glad you guys here. We're gonna start off first. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. So
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
10-hour flight from here.
Okay.
A bit all over. I was born and raised in North Philadelphia. Moved to Delaware. Spent a couple years in Delaware, and then I went to high school in Montclair, New Jersey.
Okay. So you've been around. Yeah. And this is your. I'm sorry. You said Minnesota. Have you you played? You lived anywhere else?
No, only been in Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. When did you guys start playing football?
I started playing maybe like 5th grade.
Fifth grade.
Started playing flag football.
Yeah, I started real early, probably like 8 or 9 years old, started playing. So my dad has coached me from that point all the way to high school. So I've been playing tackle since I was 11 or 12.
Tackle.
Yeah.
Tackle.
5th grade.
I just want to see the size difference. Can you guys stand up and see how huge Darius actually is? Look at the size difference. And you play tackle?
Yep.
Yeah. Gosh,
About the
geez.
same size.
Yep.
All right.
Happy he's with me rather than against me.
So did you guys play any other sports?
I played basketball. I thought I was going to the NBA when I was younger, man. That was my first sport. I was passionate about it, and football was ultimately where I ended up going. So.
And I played basketball growing up too. I played through high school. So.
Okay, if you could play a different sport, what would you play?
Shoot, I'd probably play golf if I was good at it.
A golfer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If badminton was a pro sport, I think I could be
A little bit of badminton. All right.
I'm killing it in badminton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who is your favorite NFL player, and what team would you go with?
Currently or?
Currently.
Currently?
All time and currently.
Well, I'll say all time Brian Dawkins. I'm from Philly. Growing up, Brian Dawkins was my favorite player, Weapon X. Currently, I would probably have to go with Hassan Reddick.
Okay.
A bit biased, Eagles.
All right.
And I'd have to go Harrison Smith. I've been a Vikings fan ever since I started watching football, so he's my favorite guy for sure.
Okay. I love Aaron Donald, and all time for me is Ray Lewis and Michael Strahan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. So is this your first time in Europe?
Yep, this is my first time.
First time?
This is not. Last year was my first time. I went to London and I went to Amsterdam.
Okay. What did you think of Amsterdam?
Favorite place on planet Earth, man.
Why?
The people, the culture there. Surprisingly, the music was really, really good. The food was really, really good. Everywhere you go, like, they're so welcoming.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, like, as soon as we got off the plane.
Did you visit one of those shops, the cafe shops?
A lot of cafe shops.
Yeah.
They have a cafe shop. I think it's called the Bulldog. I think it was.
Yeah.
Bulldog.
Yeah.
It's a good spot though. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Amsterdam. I can't wait to go back there.
Yeah.
So you've been to, and before you got here, you went to Dublin. You spent a little bit of time in Dublin.
I had a layover in Ireland, so I spent the day there, pretty much. And Ireland is pretty cool too, man. I'm big on like traveling.
Yeah.
I love European history. So I think I had 10 hours, and I tried to do everything I could in 10 hours. I went to the Dublin Castle. I went to a coffee shop that was really popular in the area. Went to 2 libraries.
Yeah.
Tried to do some family history. I did a lot, man. Tried to before the flight here. So.
Okay. So you said you love European history. I love during World War II times.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I actually didn't know that even though Spain was not, they weren't involved in the World War II because they had a civil war not too long before that, but actually Spain was actually a fascist country with Franco. I didn't know that until later in during maybe college. Where did you play college football?
I played at the University of St. Thomas, so we were a Division III school until 2020. So after the pandemic, we actually made a transition to Division I. So I played 2 years of Division III ball, and then COVID took a year and a half off, so we didn't play ball for those 18 months. And then I finished my last 2 years playing Division I FCS.
How was it playing during COVID?
I mean, shoot, we had like a 40 practice spring of just like masked up in a bunch of different pods, so it was a mess, but I don't know, I love football, so anything to get out there.
It was just a crazy experience.
Yeah, I mean, we were like constantly between quarantine and losing guys. Like we'd have practices with 12, 15 guys out there, and then we'd have another with 40, and then like another position group would get hit by corona, so it was just ups and downs.
What about you, Darius?
I spent 3 years at Ohio State. I ended up transferring, went to Arizona State, and that was before the rules back then. You had to sit one out. So I set my first year out at Arizona State, played my second, and then I ended up transferring again after I graduated, and I went to University of South Florida my last year.
And that's where you finished?
That's where I finished, yeah.
Coach Urban was your, Coach Urban Meyer was your head coach, right?
Yep, for the first 3 years at Ohio State.
What did you think?
It was different. It was different. Going from high school, like I was used to kind of having relationships with coaches. I didn't have much of a relationship with Coach Meyer. He was really, addicted to winning, so that was pretty much the only thing that was really important to him.
Yeah.
So I learned that pretty quick, and then you just kind of eventually buy into the program, and that's how it is with Coach Meyer.
Yeah, Coach Meyer is kind of known as an asshole coach around. Guys like him who are addicted to winning, who really doesn't care about the players when they leave college, and it just you're a commodity. You're to
See
them.
him as an asset.
Yeah, you're asset to him.
Yeah.
Coach Pinko, my head coach, I loved the guy. My main priority was to make sure that we graduated, so we can have that degree forever. He will always bring the guys back to college, whether for some type of game. Now that he's not the head coach, but he's still very much involved with the program, he still wants the guys who built that program to come back. And I think the head coach now, Coach Drinkwitz, he's buying into Coach. He's like Coach Pinko's mentor. So is this your first professional team?
Yeah, this is my first team. So I got a fifth year because of COVID. So I played my last season this past fall at St. Thomas, and then graduated in December. So I've been out of school 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is
Came
from
fresh
football
over.
to What about you, Jay?
Yeah, it's my first year pro ball.
Pro ball, man.
Much. Yeah, when I came out, I finished up 2019. Then I played in the I think it's called the Tropical Bowl, like the Senior Bowl.
Okay,
seniors. I played down in Florida, and then I had a couple of workouts with Giants and in Miami. After that, I went back to Arizona, continued to keep training, and after that, I kind of just let it go down. Yeah.
Did you guys know there was football, American football in Europe?
I learned, so there was a dude from my university who played for Swabish Hall back in like 2015, 2016. So that was like the eye opener to me that this was a possibility. And I always wanted to study abroad in school, but because of the pandemic, that wasn't an option. So the possibility to be able to pair football with some travel over here in an incredible spot like this was too good an offer to pass up.
Did you know there was football in
I didn't, and I was very naive. Coming out of school, I was like, I'm never going overseas.
Yeah.
But it's crazy relationship. So I took an official visit to Michigan State with Andre London, and we've been pretty much friends ever since. I would see him on Instagram playing over in Europe, and I used to think it was kind of interesting. So when I started doing more research, I was like, I would definitely do it. So.
Yeah. The first time I found out was back in 2018. A buddy of mine reached out that would I wanted to coach in Denmark, and I was like, well, I didn't even know there was football in Europe. So it was cool. And the league is all over Europe. It's growing.
Yeah.
It really is. Why do you guys come to Barcelona?
Why not?
Yeah, right.
For me, I'm big on traveling. I enjoy traveling. Barcelona was actually one of the destinations I was originally supposed to visit when I came over here last year. Things just didn't work out. But I know it's great weather. It's probably one of the best countries in the ELF to play for right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I started doing some research on where we were going to be living and the climate and the culture around here, it just
you can't beat it.
Yeah, it seemed incredible. And my coach in college, he had a connection with Bart from a couple years back. Our team would take a trip to Italy every now and then. And so Bart was in Italy, and was able to form a relationship with my head coach. So when Bart reached out, my college coach told me that he knew Bart was a great man, and just it's a good organization to be a part of.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you guys' expectations for this season?
So I'm trying to win the league. I hate losing more than I like winning, so I'm a competitor. But honestly, just being able to form relationships with every dude on this team and the coaching staff, and be able to really change the culture of what football is like here in Spain.
Good. I would say same. Really piggybacking off of what Luke said. I think it's definitely championship. I love winning. I've coming from all winning backgrounds, and that's just the only thing that I know. It's just learn how to win. So yeah.
I honestly think you guys came to a really good team and a really good organization. We were a game shy last year from to going to the championship. We fell short to Vienna, who won the championship game. I honestly believe that you guys are going to have good competition throughout the whole league, and you guys see how good our players are. I think you guys are going to love it. So what do you think about your new teammates?
I'm loving this so far. It's kind of hard. Everyone's got that jersey from last year with a different last name on the back. So it's a little different seeing people around here and then trying to put names to faces out there. But I'm loving meeting all the guys, and everyone is so welcoming and so cool and so open to asking for questions. You know, we're blessed to be football players from America with a vast amount of knowledge to be able to share with these guys. So being able to connect with them both as friends and brothers and as teammates has been really cool so far.
Yeah.
Same. It's been cool, man. I've been trying to learn my Spanish.
Yeah. Can you speak a little bit?
I always say mi español no es bueno. So I don't but I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Especially hanging out with Connor. He's an American, and he's it's kind of easy to learn from guys like that versus someone that's actually grew up here in Spain. They speak it very fluently.
Yeah.
But the guys are cool, man. I've been hanging out with all of them pretty much. Theo and Hugo, and it's been good, man. Getting to know them, and I'm also a very open-minded person. So being here amongst everyone is just kind of different from what I'm used to.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Okay. Who's the funniest guy on the team?
It's got to be the brothers for me, Jordy and
Jordy
Jesse.
and Jesse.
Characters, man. Especially I think it's real cool being able to form relationships on the field.
Yeah.
Being at practice and see who's extroverted and vocal and loud and dancing to the music and all that. You really see people's personality come out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the brothers as well. But also the D-line guys, man, Benji and Franco. And we crack a lot of jokes inside the D-line room and stuff like that, which is good. So we just build relationships.
Yeah. So many guys from different countries with different personalities. That's why I love this game. That's why I love football, is because it brings the best out of people. You can really see, who wants to be here, who works hard to be here, and we're a family. We are definitely a brotherhood. So what can you guys teach the younger guys?
Shoot, I just think there's a feel standpoint that we got in America, just so many reps over the course of 10 years of playing tackle football with. I was shocked to learn that some of these guys, it's their first time having position coaches.
Yeah.
And we're just so thankful in the States to have people so willing to coach for no money, even as it's GAs or volunteer work. So just the amount of coaching that I've received, being able to pass that down is something that I'm very excited to do.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, but most of these guys, they learn from YouTube.
Yeah.
They teach themselves. The team that I coached last year, Pinto Go-Bats, we had basically 3 coaches: the head coach, the defensive coordinator, and myself, who was defensive line coach. And I would try to do my best of showing the linebackers what I know. But these guys are coaching themselves, and I know that when you guys are done, they will teach the Spanish guys, would go to their other teams in Spain and teach what they learned. So these are the future.
Yeah.
What about you, Darius?
I would say honestly, just learning how to be a pro, and treating this game like it's your life. Watching a lot of film, respecting the field, running on and off the field, just the little things. knowing your plays, knowing your assignment. I see a lot of guys sometimes when the ones or twos are in and they're on the sidelines, they're just kind of like, slacking off. But it's really about like getting those mental reps. So that way, like, when you're not in, you're really still locked in, you're engaged. So that way when you're up, you're in there because, like in a game, somebody goes down, there's next man up. So you got to be prepared for that. So just kind of coaching them up, showing them how to be a pro. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, these guys are eager to learn.
Right.
They're eager to learn. I see them locked in before practice, before meetings, everyone's having fun, joking around. But when meetings hit, everyone's locked in, they're focused. When practice hits, everyone's focused. So
and I think also, just to add, it's like visual learning is so important. So like
Yeah.
you talk to a dude and like there's a language barrier. So like you ask someone like, you know what I'm saying? Like more times than not, they're gonna nod their head yes, like they got it, even if they don't. But it's so important to really like show them, right? Exactly, and just actually show them what you mean rather than just speaking to them, being able to like have them be able to watch you do it and then have them replicate it and work on it and give them little coaching points. It's pretty cool.
What do you guys think about Coach Black?
I'm loving Coach Black. I think his energy is awesome. He's able to be loose and crack jokes with the guys, but also when it's time to lock it in, you can tell that he commands the room or commands the field, and he's got all of our respect. So I'm loving what he's doing so far.
Yeah.
Same. I enjoy playing for him, getting to know him. We actually do have a relationship. I also like how it's different here because a lot of the players here, they're so, like you say, eager to learn and eager to get better. So he has to kind of dial those guys back a little bit because some guys are trying to play through injuries and all that kind of stuff, and it's just not necessary. So like he will make sure he pulls the team to the side and let them know like, let's take some time here. Like, don't go balls to the wall right now. It's not game time just yet. So
Yeah.
I respect him.
This is definitely a new team from last year. Definitely a new team. I'm really excited to see you guys play. So how can we get more Americans to play in Europe? Like how can we make this like more mainstream?
Take it.
I would say, because actually me and Connor and Austin was just talking about this. I think, one, I don't think many Americans really know about this opportunity.
Yeah.
And I know a few of my friends that I did tell I was coming over here, they was kind of like really nervous about it and scared. So I think this is year 3 to Elf, and I think that the league is only going to go upward from here. I think also giving more opportunities. I think the limit right now is 4 Americans per team. I think if the league allows more Americans to join teams, it kind of just levels out the playing field and gives everyone an opportunity opposed to just guys here. I think it'll pretty much enhance the league as a whole.
Yeah, I think just like year by year, game by game, we got to try and like put this thing on the map in the sense of like promoting it as much as we can on our social medias and trying to get fans in the seats. And then once we get those fans, we got to perform for them just to show people back home that like football is real here and that there's some real talent and some schemes and it's real football. It's not like volunteer or pro-am ball. Like it's real pro ball. So I think just showing people in the States that like football's legit in Europe, I think that'll just get people to open up and be more accepting of coming over here because I don't know, with the new leagues forming in the States, like the XFL and the USFL, it gives a bunch of dudes opportunities to say that they're like pro football free agents, and like searching for a spot and waiting, whereas you come here as an American import, like you immediately have a chance to make an impact on the team and almost hop into a coaching role at the same time. So this opportunity is pretty incredible.
Yeah. So how do you think how can we get the NFL to invest more into the European League of Football?
I would say here, I say we have a bigger impact here than we would in the States because football is like water over there, man. Like we grow up knowing football. Here is different. They don't really know as much. And we have the opportunity to not only impact guys in the field, but impact the communities. So I think that's the biggest responsibility that us Americans have coming over here. And I think if the NFL can see that, they'll be with the backers on that.
I think too, like guys like you and Chase are kind of trailblazers, having league experience back in the States and coming over here to coach and like give your knowledge. I know teams around the league too, there's coaches with experience both in Division I and in the NFL, so just I think for everybody back home just to see that dudes that have pro or college experience are invested in this league already. Should get some more people to jump on ship with.
Yeah. So who you guys, what game are you guys excited to play, and like where you want to travel with our schedule?
I'm excited to go to Milan. I've always wanted to go to Italy.
Yeah.
It just seems like a super cool culture, really good food.
Okay.
But I'm excited for every single game. I mean, that first game's coming up. So I think we're like a little more than 3 weeks away. So
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome. Just take game by game. But it's definitely going to be really cool to go travel to new countries and explore a little bit.
Okay.
I would definitely say probably taking each week one by one. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm excited to go play Paris.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's just Paris. I think social media is trying to create some sort of beef between the two.
The
Yeah,
rivalry.
yeah. The rivalry.
There's nothing I love more than a rival.
Yeah.
So, like Luke said, I'm excited for every game. But I definitely have Paris pinned on the schedule.
Guys, I appreciate for your time and you joining the show. Anything you guys want to say to the fans before I let you guys go?
Vamos Dragons.
Vamos
Of
Dragons.
course, the Dragons. We
Feel the
appreciate the
fire.
support.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
for having us. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining on this episode. We'll see you next week.